Jungle Book. The silence of the jungle was broken by an unfamiliar sound. Bagheera, the panther, discovered a deserted boat on a riverbank. In it was a man cub. The nearest man village was too far away, and the man cub needed a mother, so Bagheera brought the basket to a wolf family's lair. When Rama, the father wolf, saw Raksha's smiling face, he let her keep the baby. Mowgli grew up with his loving adoptive family. One day, Bagheera overheard that Shere Khan, the tiger, wanted to get rid of the man cub because he hated man so much. Bagheera asked the wolf pack if he could bring Mowgli to a nearby man village where he knew he'd be safe. The next day, Bagheera and Mowgli took a walk in the jungle. As it grew darker, Mowgli felt sleepy and wanted to turn back. But Bagheera explained that he couldn't go back and that they were going to a nearby man village instead. "But why?" asked Mowgli. Bagheera explained to Mowgli that Shere Khan had returned and had sworn to kill him. As night fell, Bagheera and Mowgli stopped to get some sleep. Suddenly, Kaa the snake appeared. Kaa's long tail started coiling around Mowgli. When Bagheera saw what was happening, he quickly hit Kaa on the head. Kaa slithered away with a knot in his tail. The next day, Bagheera and Mowgli woke up to what they thought was an earthquake. The ground shook as a patrol of elephants, led by Colonel Hathi, marched by. Mowgli got down on all fours and joined the parade. "I'll have no man cub in my jungle," declared Colonel Hathi. "The man cub is with me," interrupted Bagheera. "I'm taking him to the man village." Bagheera wanted to bring Mowgli to the man village right away, before anything else should happen to him. But Mowgli flat out refused and held on tightly to a small tree. After an unsuccessful attempt to pull Mowgli from the tree, Bagheera gave up. "From now on, you're on your own," shouted Bagheera as he walked off. Mowgli sat down with his head hung low until he heard sounds coming from some nearby bushes. Baloo saw that Mowgli needed some lessons on how to survive in the jungle. He taught Mowgli how to find delicacies like ants, bananas, and coconuts. The two new friends dove into the water. Baloo and Mowgli let themselves be carried by the river's gentle current. "You're going to make one swell bear," said Baloo. Mowgli thought Baloo led a pretty great life. However, Mowgli's enjoyable voyage on Baloo's belly ended quickly when a monkey kidnapped Mowgli and carried him away into the jungle. Soon, Mowgli came face to face with King Louie, the orangutan, who wanted to be a man and learn how to make fire. Baloo disguised himself as a monkey and entered the temple, dancing and singing. King Louie took Baloo by the hand and crossed the temple's courtyard, swinging to the jungle beat. Bagheera tried to save Mowgli, but every time Bagheera tried to get close to him, Mowgli would get further and further away as he danced. Suddenly, Baloo's costume fell off, and King Louie realized that he'd been fooled. "It's Baloo the bear!" screamed a monkey. At that moment, King Louie's temple started to crumble. Baloo asked King Louie to help him hold up the temple's roof. As soon as King Louie was in place, Baloo let go of his end and ran away into the jungle with Mowgli. That night, Bagheera told Baloo that Mowgli was in danger in the jungle. When Baloo tried to convince Mowgli that he belonged in the man village, Mowgli ran away. Later on, Mowgli encountered 4 vultures. The vultures thought Mowgli was a strange-looking bird. Suddenly, Shere Khan appeared, and the vultures flew to the safety of the trees. Shere Khan told Mowgli that he'd give him a fighting chance to run away. Mowgli's courage amused Shere Khan, but eventually Shere Khan lost his patience and pounced on Mowgli with open claws. Thankfully, Baloo showed up just in time, grabbing Shere Khan by the tail. Suddenly, the sky darkened and lightning struck, igniting a tree. The vultures told Mowgli that fire was the only thing that could scare Shere Khan away. Mowgli quickly grabbed a blazing branch and tied it to Shere Khan's tail. Terrified, Shere Khan ran away into the jungle. As the vultures flew down to congratulate the man cub, they found Mowgli kneeling beside his dear friend Baloo. After a long pause, Baloo opened his eyes and acted like nothing had happened. Bagheera joined Baloo and Mowgli, and they continued on their way through the jungle. As they neared the man village, Mowgli noticed a pretty girl fetching water from the river's edge. "I've never seen one before," exclaimed Mowgli. Baloo and Bagheera watched as Mowgli helped the girl carry the pot of water. As Mowgli started to follow her into the man village, he turned around to give his animal friends one last smile. Baloo and Bagheera were sad to see their little friend go, but were happy that he'd found a place where he belonged. Baloo and Bagheera sang a merry song as they returned to the jungle once more, arm in arm. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and share, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and check out my Patreon page. And if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for your support. See you next time.